Derek Chauvin found guilty on all counts in the murder of George Floyd. Derek Chauvin was a police officer in Minnesota. On May 25, 2020, Chauvin was called to a convenience store. A man named George Floyd was accused of using fake money. This is against the law. When he was there, Chauvin tried to arrest George Floyd. He held Floyd to the ground with his knee. People nearby watched. A teen named Darnella Frazier took out her cell phone. She filmed what happened. Chauvin is white. George Floyd was black. In the video, Chauvin is seen with his knee on Floyd's neck. Floyd died that day. Frazier's video was seen all over the world. Many people felt angry at how Floyd was treated. Those feelings led to months of protests. A protest is when people gather to show they do not agree with something. People spoke out against police violence. They called for people of all races to be treated fairly. There are many kinds of lawyers. They are experts in the law. Some work for the government. They are called prosecutors. Some lawyers work for people. They are called defense lawyers. They usually defend the person accused of a crime. In this case, Chauvin was the accused. The prosecutors argued that Chauvin caused Floyd's death. The defense argued that Floyd had health problems. They said these health issues caused his death. A jury is a group of people who gather in court. Their job is to listen to the facts in the case. They hear from lawyers on both sides. Then they decide if the accused is guilty. This is called a verdict. All Americans over 18 years old can be called to serve on a jury. It is an important part of being a citizen. In this case, the jury made a decision that Chauvin killed Floyd. Chauvin will now wait in prison. He will be back in court in 8 weeks. That is when his punishment will be decided. President Biden supported verdict. President Joe Biden supported the decision, but is not enough, he said. There is a bill called the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. It was named after Floyd. Biden encouraged the Senate to pass it. It would combat racial bias in policing. Brandon Williams is Floyd's nephew. He called the day an important moment for America. But the verdict was not a perfect ending. Floyd's family still suffered a loss. Also, not all police officers have been held responsible. Other families are suffering. Some cases still go unpunished. Black people arrested by police die more often than white people. People celebrate verdict. Before the verdict, government leaders got ready for protests. They put more police on the streets. But something different happened. People celebrated all over the country. They were peaceful. Many people felt hopeful. Horns blared, crowds chanted Floyd's name. But it was no longer angry. It was a cry of happiness. Say his name, George Floyd.